Hey, what's going on guys, Toasty here and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be starting a new series, and this is going to be for Minecraft modding for Forge 1.16.4. So in this video I'm just going to be setting up the workspace, no coding in this one, and yeah, in the next one we will create our first item and all of that. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we are going to need to go ahead and do is install Java. So I'm actually not going to show you how to install Java. There are separate tutorials out there for that, and this series will require that you already know Java. So showing you how to install that is just really a waste of my time. So you will need to install Java 8 for the actual development, so JDK 8, and you need JRE 8 preferably to be running it. Any other version can cause some issues, so it's best to just stick with Java 8. And for Eclipse, if you're using Eclipse, you will need to have JRE 11. I'll put links for all of this in the description. And if you're using IntelliJ, I think you also need JRE 11, but I might be wrong with that. So yeah, links for those two will be in the description. But let's get started with our IDE. So for this one, I'm going to be using Eclipse. However, you can use IntelliJ, or if you really wish, Visual Studio Code. I recommend Eclipse, that is my personal preference. However, you can use IntelliJ Community Edition or Visual Studio Code if you prefer those. But Eclipse is just lightweight and simple to use. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion, it looks better, but obviously your opinion may be different. So what we need to do is go ahead and open this site right here. This will be linked in the description. So that is eclipse.org/downloads, and we're just going to install 2020-12. There might be a more recent version for you, in which case you can just install that. So we can just click download and download. You might need another mirror maybe, but probably not. Just downloading it from your closest server should be fine. And I'm just going to put this on my desktop. Okay. And that will start to download. In the description I will also be showing you how to make sure your Eclipse, there'll basically be a little Stack Overflow form, and it shows you how to make sure your project has JDK 8 and not JDK 11. It's very important that you do have JDK 8 for your project, and Eclipse can use anything above 11. So yeah, there will be a Stack Overflow forum link to that in the description. So once this is done, you can just go ahead and open it. Okay, so the installer has finally opened. That did take a while with no loading bar or anything. It's a little weird, but we just want this top one right here, Eclipse IDE for Java developers, and this just comes with everything you need. So we just want to install that. And just put it where you want it to be installed. I actually want to install it on my F drive, just because my C drive is a little cluttered right now. So I'll just install it here in my program files. See, I do need permissions, but we'll just put that folder there and select that. Actually, we can't put it in program files, of course, that is my bad, because Eclipse doesn't have permission. I think if you do run in administrator, you might be able to do it, but I'm not sure. Okay, so I'll just put it in my user folder. So we just select that, and there we go. So this will actually come with the JRE. Yeah, it looks like it does actually come with the JRE. So that's interesting. I'll just stick with JRE 15. That should be fine. And then we just hit install. You can tick these if you want to. Yeah, I'll keep them ticked. And just install this. So I'll see you guys once it's done that. Okay, so that did take a while for me. Hopefully it won't take so long for you. But once that's done, you can just go ahead and launch. And that will just close the installer and run Eclipse. And let that load. So while that is installing, we're actually going to want to go ahead and install Forge. So this link is in the description, files.minecraftforge.net. I'm going to be using 1.16.4 for this video. However, you can use 1.16.3 for this if you want. I don't know why you would, but you can if you want. 1.16 and 0.2 and 0.1 will work, but you might have some issues in certain places, so I recommend just sticking with 1.16.4. That's sort of where everyone is heading towards at the moment. So we just want to first go ahead and create a new folder on our desktop. You can put this anywhere. You can put it in your documents, wherever you want. Just make sure you remember this. So this folder will be our mod folder, or your root folder, some people call it, or your project folder. It has many different names, but I'm just going to call it the mod folder for now. So this folder will basically just be whatever you want to call your mod. So mine is going to be 1.16 tutorial mod. That's going to be the name of my folder. I'm just putting 1.16 so that it doesn't get confused with any of my other versions. Okay, and then we can just go ahead and open this back up. I'm going to be downloading the recommended. It's the latest, can be a bit buggy for obvious reasons, but you can download latest if you want to. But I'm just going to be downloading the recommended one, and make sure you choose the MDK. Once you've done that, it will bring you through some ads. This is just how Forge gets its revenue. You can just press skip. Make sure to not press on anything else in there. And you want to go into the 1.16 tutorial mod, or whatever you called your folder, and just press save. Okay. So now we can go ahead and close that, and if we go in our folder here, we should see the zip. So we can just right click that, extract all, and make sure we extract it into that folder, into our mod folder. Now there's a few things you probably want to delete in here. So you can delete the readme, the license, the MDK, the credits, the changelog, and I think that's probably all we want to delete. Let me just check the git ignore. No, the git ignore is fine. Make sure you leave that. Okay, so this is basically all you need for a mod, really. But there is one file we want to create in here, and I'm going to name this setup.bat. So this is a batch file. And if we right click and edit that, we are going to go ahead and put a command in here. You can run this command in command prompt if you want instead, but I think it's better to have it in a batch. It just means you can access it easier. So there's a few things I'm going to put in here, and we don't necessarily need all of them. So I'm going to be putting actually no, I'll just do what we need. So Gradlo gen Eclipse runs. Now if you're using IntelliJ, that will be Gradlu gen IntelliJ runs, and if you're using VS Code, that will be Gradlu gen VS Code runs, I think. But obviously I'm using Eclipse, so we only want the Eclipse one. And then we're going to put 2 dashes with a space. Make sure you have the space, of course. And then refresh dash dependencies. Make sure you get the spelling for this right. If you spell it wrong, it's just going to throw an error, so just make sure you spell that completely correct. And then you just want 2 ands Gradlu Eclipse, or Gradle W if you wish, and just go ahead and save that. So that's all you need. If you're using IntelliJ, you don't need this Gradlu Eclipse, but if you are using VS Code, you do need this Gradlu Eclipse, or at least it's recommended to have the Gradlu Eclipse, because obviously VS Code isn't actually an official like IDE, so it does need some sort of project. So once you've done that, you can just double click it and open it. You might get a Windows prompt that says this is an unrecognized file or whatever. You just want to run it anyways. Now this can take a while. This could take from a few seconds up to potentially an hour or so, anywhere in that sort of time range. If you see at any point that this timer right here stops going up, then you want to go ahead and just press enter. Make sure you have the window selected, and just press enter. If it looks like it's stuck at any point but the timer is still going up, then it's probably fine, but you might just want to press enter anyways. It just jogs it along a little bit. Like right now, oh never mind. But yeah, it might look stuck, but if the timer is still going up, it's probably fine. But yeah, that was actually really quick for me. It probably will not be that quick for you. I've run this before. I actually just ran this yesterday, I think. So yeah, it probably won't quite be this fast for you. But yeah, I'll see you guys once this has just done its thing. Okay, so yeah, that was very quick for me. It almost certainly will not be that quick for you. If it is, congratulations. So while that has been doing, as you can see, Eclipse has loaded, and it will bring up this right here. Now this is basically your workspace. So a workspace holds, it can hold multiple projects in it, so you can set this to wherever you want. However, I already have a workspace which I'm going to be using. There it is. So this is the one I'm going to be using. This already has all my other projects in it, so that's just the one I'm going to be using. And I'm going to set this as default, so I don't have to go through it every single time. Continue. Yeah, you probably won't get that. Okay, just press continue, and that will start it up. So yeah, I will see you guys once that has just loaded. Okay, so Eclipse has now loaded. Now what I decided to do was just actually go ahead and create a new workspace, just so I could be on the same page that you guys are on, as I don't remember the exact format that it comes in, and it's very weird, as you can see here. So there's a few things I'm just going to change before the end, before the start of the next tutorial. So first thing is to delete this welcome screen, so that goes away. And you'll see 2 new things pop up. Now I'm going to get rid of JavaDoc down here, and I'm going to get rid of declaration. I'm going to keep outline, and I'm going to go to window, show view, and we want to open the console. We want to open, let's see, progress probably. And also terminal. Yeah, we'll open the terminal too. if you have that. Of course, you might not have that, I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll just leave that for a second. Okay, so the first thing you might want to change is to make this dark theme, and the way you can do that is by going Window Preferences, and if we just go to General Appearance, you'll see it's automatically on light theme. We can just change that to dark, and you can change any of these other things if you want. Of course, just going to apply that, apply and close. You will have to restart for it to take full effect on everything. But yeah, I'm just going to move console to the left over there, and terminal after. No, terminal's fine there. Okay, so the next thing you'll want to do is go ahead and import your project. So we can just do that by right clicking in the Package Explorer, or not. Okay, so we can click Import Projects right here. We want to go down to Gradle and Existing Gradle Project, and we'll just untick that. I don't want that to show up. And we can browse for our mod, so 1.16 tutorial mod, and we can just open that as our project. And this may take a little bit of time, hopefully it won't be too long. You might just need to go ahead and allow access here. That is fine, that just allows it to use the JDK. Now really quickly, I am just going to go ahead and run through and make sure we are using Java 8. So the way we can do that is just right click our project, go down to Properties, and go down to Java Build Path. Okay, and select the JRE system library. We just want to, oh no, we need to go to libraries, there we go, and then select the JRE system library. Go ahead and click edit, and where it says well, you want to select the JDK or JRE, so this is the JRE right here, and we want 1.8, and just click finish. That's actually the JRE system library. Okay, yeah, that's for the JRE, and then for the Java compiler right here, you want to go probably down here into the Java build path. No, we were just in the Java. Okay, this is a bit confusing. I have done this before, but it's not come up quite like this. Okay, no, I think that's fine. As long as it says 1.8 there, we should be fine. Right? And just make sure we go ahead and apply that. Yes. Apply and close. And that will just do a little rebuild, which we can see down here. You will now see two new tabs open, Gradle Tasks and Gradle Executions. We will be using these in the future, so make sure you do not close those. Eclipse is looking a little weird because I haven't restarted. I am just going to restart, and I'll be back with you once I have done that. Okay, well, apparently that didn't change anything, so this is what it looks like now. There is one thing you can do if you just go to the Eclipse Marketplace in Help. There is a better, or some people say it's better, dark theme. So if you just search dark, there is this darkest dark theme. Some people prefer that. It looks a lot better, I would actually say, but I'm going to leave it like this, because I think once I actually open the code, you know, this part right here won't look so weird. Let's see. Yeah, so that's much better once you've actually opened a file. Yes, there you go. Once you've opened a file, it goes back to normal. Okay, that's a weird bug, but it is fine. That's pretty much it. The last thing I am going to do... Actually, no, I won't do that in this video. I will leave that for the next one. So yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy this new series. I'm going to be trying to make everything a lot cleaner, a lot quicker, and I'm going to try and explain things a lot more. So I might actually do 2 videos on every topic. The second video explaining everything, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about exactly what to do. But yeah, I hope you guys do stick along. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy, and hit that bell so you can be notified when I upload. In the description of this video, there will be a link to my Discord server where you can ask for help with any of your problems. And there'll be a bunch of people there to help. There's over 1,000 members there, majority being modders. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
Cheese.